and I put it on the edge, sort of trying to be perpendicular, right? And I click it a couple clicks so it's really sturdy. Then I take and I put a suture in. It doesn't have to be deep, but it's enough so it takes about 1 centimeter above the apex. And I usually reload right away so that I'm sort of aimed for the next time. Then to do a hand tie, I take the short end in my hand. I do whatever this is, under, over, whatever, just so you do one of each. At least 2 full square knots, and then snip this off short. You can leave about 1 centimeter, 1.5 centimeters. So this is all going to dissolve, right? This beautiful purple. So now my fingers are not moving on my left hand. I'm right-handed. So about 1 centimeter. With the vagina, you go under all the dead space and come up. So this is going to rest on my finger, but I'm not touching anything with my fingers, okay? You can learn to stitch with pickups. It's very hard to do in the vagina. It'd probably be very unsafe because you'd have to put, everything down. So then I just you don't even have to give a little tug. Then I go again. So I go under all the dead space, trying to be symmetrical. There's a lot of muscles in the vagina, so by putting your finger like this and not moving it, it holds the needle in place because the muscles will pull that back down. You don't want to come closer?
Well, I'm watching from this angle because she's videotaping, so I can watch it later.
I see.
Really good whenever
I was just worried about you, but I like your active head shaking.
Well, and you're talking through it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So then I just keep repeating, this woman has a very long vagina. So to lock, you go up in through the loop. Okay. Oop, that tore through the GMO chicken.
Non-GMO, that's probably it.
Oh, that was the problem.
And Lisa, I've seen them different preceptors do like through one side a little bit and then sort of scoop up some of the bottom and then go through the other side instead of going completely down through the dead space. Is that
Scoop up some
like
of the...
they go, it's a sort of shallow through one side of the vagina. Yeah, like through here and come out where you can see it.
That's kind of what I'm doing.
Take a bite of the bottom and then take a bite of the other side instead of going like completely all the way through.
I think that's kind of what I'm doing.
Okay.
It's basically the most important thing in the vagina is to go under the dead space.
Okay.
So all of those things seem appropriate that you're describing. Now I think I'm to what I made as the hymen. With the chicken, you have to pull a little bit more than you do in real life.
So what degree of a repair would this be?
2nd degree, and it really has to do with that you're into muscle.
Okay.
And we didn't go into the rectal sphincter or the rectal mucosa. So sphincter is 3rd degree, rectal mucosa or flesh of the rectum is 4th degree. So now I'm up to what I created as the hymen, which is, pretend in the chicken. Now I'm going to change the plane of the needle, go from the vagina down into the perineum. So I stay on the same side. So we put it on this box just to show the angle.
And did you come up at the top?
Yeah.
Of the
Yeah.
of the perineum?
Right. So now I'm going to move this. So as we've talked about when we're working on the perineum, we want to keep our angle perpendicular. So these are just back and forth. These are not really big stitches. And what layer am I sewing here, people?
That's cuticular.
Subcu.
Cuticular.
Cutaneous. Oops. It's a little too superficial chicken.
before you do these. If you needed to do a couple deep stitches is when you would
Oh, yeah, I'm
pause.
sorry, I didn't
No, it's fine,
stop for that.
just talking it
Didn't
through.
stop for that.
Would you mind if we also grabbed, I don't know if we have enough time. Oh, we've got enough time. Like something to pretend to do a lidocaine?
Yeah, sure. I gotta get some better sutures for you all. You all need CT1 needles. Okay, so now what's the layer I'm going to do? Up, laddering up,
The mucosa.
subcuticular. So I'm going along the edge, just skimming along the edge. If you go onto the mucosal layer, you're gonna get a big, ouch.
Okay.
Have you had that experience?
I have.
Yeah, it's pretty sensitive for women, so they'll pretty much let you know. So we just ladder up, so I'm right-handed, so I put it on as if I was a left-handed person now. So really the thought is less suture material, more lightly pulled together is going to lead to better blood flow and better healing. So we just want to gently pull these tissues together. We don't need a ton of tight multiple sutures, right? I'm sorry I forgot to do the deeps, but that was so shallow. I didn't even think of that. You can just kind of tell. So now I'm back up to the hymen. Oops, this chicken is, maybe that's why it was on sale. Okay, now we're going to change the plane of the needle again. Going to go in on this side, back up into the vagina. So always following that curve of the needle. Now I'm going to just do a suture to tie off. So hand tie again, 2 complete square knots. Oops, that was what I did before. Isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why it feels different, but when you're being watched.
Mm-hmm. We all know the feeling.
Okay, so 2 complete square knots. According to Varney, the last step is to check in the vagina, the rectum. So just, especially if you're not sure you're close, you definitely want to check in the rectum when you're done, or if you've had a 3rd or 4th that a colleague has helped repair. So, any questions? Okay. We can